بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
ويسألونك عن ذي القرنين قل سأتلو عليكم منه ذكرا إنا مكنا له في الأرض وآتيناه من كل شيء سببا فأتبع سببا حتى إذا بلغ مغرب الشمس وجدها تغرب في عين حمئة ووجد عنده قوما قلنا يا ذا القرنين إما أن تعذب وإما أن تتخذ فيهم حسنا قال أما من ظلم فسوف نعذبه ثم يرد إلى ربه فيعذبه عذابا نكرا وأما من آمن وعمل صالحا فله جزاء الحسنى وسنقول له من أمرنا يسرا ثم أتبع سببا حتى إذا بلغ مطلع الشمس وجدها تطلع على قوم لم نجعل لهم من دونها سترا كذلك وقد أحطنا بما لديه خبرا ثم أتبع سببا حتى إذا بلغ بين السدين وجد من دونهما قوما لا يكادون يفقهون قولا قالوا يا ذا القرنين إن يأجوج ومأجوج مفسدون في الأرض فهل نجعل لك خرجا على أن تجعل بيننا وبينهم سدا قال ما مكنني فيه ربي خير فأعينوني بقوة أجعل بينكم وبينهم ردما آتوني زبر الحديد حتى إذا ساوى بين الصدفين قال انفخوا حتى إذا جعله نارا قال آتوني أفرغ عليه قطرا فما استطاعوا أن يظهروه وما استطاعوا له نقبا قال هذا رحمة من ربي فإذا جاء وعد ربي جعله دكاء وكان وعد ربي حقا.
The question there about Dhul Qarnain. Qarn is a horn. So Qarnani, two horns, Qarnain. But Qarn is also an age, an epoch.
And that's why he's called Dhul Qarnain, because he lived 2 centuries. The second description, if the Khatib gets into that, he had a head that was sticking out a little bit, so his nickname was the two-horned man.
But Dhul Qarnain is someone blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with irresistible power. The power to pursue any goal he wants to pursue. And therefore the equivalent of a superpower of all superpowers. The equivalent of a ruling state in the world. And the definition of a ruling state is that it can impose its will on any rival. This is Dhul Qarnain.
So firstly, Dhul Qarnain referred in the Quran was a Muslim. Secondly, Dhul Qarnain was an Arab, and he has been mentioned a lot in their poetry. It is narrated that Dhul Qarnain, when he went for Hajj, he went walking. When Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam heard that Dhul Qarnain was coming for Hajj, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam went to greet Dhul Qarnain.
power rests on the foundations of faith, how will that power be used? The Quran describes now his first journey in the direction of the setting of the sun. And there he comes across by a body of dark water, meaning this is the farthest limit he can go. He comes across a people. What are you going to do with these people? Dhul Qarnain replies and he says, those who are guilty of acts of dhulm, oppression, I'll punish them. And so power, when it rests on the foundations of faith, power is used to punish the oppressor. And then he went on to say, those who have faith, not faith in the Singapore dollar, faith in Allah. Those who have faith and who are righteous in their conduct, we will treat them nicely. They will be rewarded. And so when power rests on the foundations of faith, that power will be used to reward those who have faith and whose conduct is righteous. And then Dhul Qarnain traveled in the opposite direction, in the direction of the rising of the sun. And there he came across a people for whom we had provided no cover, meaning cover from the elements. And so a people living an essentially primitive way of life. When power rests on the foundations of faith, how will power respond to the primitive way of life? To respect the primitive way of life and to allow these people to continue their indigenous way of life, preserved with integrity. Dhul Qarnain now travels in a third direction, and there he comes across a pass between two mountain ranges. And there in that pass he comes across a people. And the Quran describes these people. And pay careful attention to that description. لَا يَكَادُونَ يَفْقَهُونَ قَوْلًا. Could not understand their language. No one could understand their language. Why could no one understand their language? Simple. Because these people had never interacted with the rest of mankind. There was never any trade, so you have to travel to learn languages to trade. They had never walked on the stage of history like the Chinese civilization, like the Egyptian civilization, like ancient Babylon, like Africa, like Mexico. No. These are people who live essentially like wild tribes. And so they are unknown in history. No one knows their language. Dhul Qarnain now has to employ interpreters to eventually get the job done so they can communicate. These people, when they can communicate with Dhul Qarnain, then informs him, إِنَّ يَأْجُوجَ وَمَأْجُوجَ مُفْسِدُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. O Dhul Qarnain, surely Gog and Magog are committing fasad. Fasad in our territory. And fasad, we told you yesterday, is to corrupt everything you touch. Can you help us? Can you build a barrier to protect us from Gog and Magog? Strange that they should ask for this request. We're prepared to pay you. Why don't they ask Dhul Qarnain, who is the ruling power in the world, just go in there and beat the living daylights out of them so they'll never dare to come back here? No! Can you build a barrier?